Hey everyone, it's me Lone. Hope you're doing alright. We just got something pretty exciting drop from the Fallout London team. If you don't know what Fallout London is, essentially it's a massive DLC size mod for Fallout 4 that is of course based in London, and they just dropped their official gameplay trailer, and I wanted to provide my thoughts on it because I haven't talked about it publicly yet, and this thing is just absolutely insane. Like, I don't know where to begin. We've seen footage before, we've seen the trailer, but this was our first kind of look at actual gameplay. Now, mind you, I would probably describe it as more of a tease towards gameplay. We didn't see any gunplay or actual combat or anything like that. It was more the initial stages of you waking up in the vaults and kind of going outside for the first time. So very typical Bethesda Game Studios style opening, especially when it comes to Fallout. But this, of course, is from the Fallout London team. So I'll include the link to their website in the description below, and also to the gameplay that you're seeing on the screen in the description below, so you can have a look for yourself, because you want to listen to the story as well. There's actually some interesting stuff in there. But in terms of my thoughts, I was really impressed with the trailer and the presentation of it all, and the concept art. So it kind of started with a Fallout style show reel with lots of concept art explaining the story, and honestly the art looks like it's straight out of the Fallout 3 concept art book. It looks really cool. Like, you can tell that this team has put years and years of work, blood, sweat, tears and passion into this project. It is honestly ridiculous, like the levels that they've gone through. Even when it comes to the voice acting and the animations that it's insane. Alright, so I'll continue. So as I said, kind of Fallout style, you start off in a chamber, it's full of a liquid of some kind, and there's character creation, you can pick special traits, and it even has its own starting screen. So even though this is a kind of a DLC style mod for Fallout 4, it very much feels like its own game, like it is a spin-off Fallout game. And I feel like that's very cool. And you can see even in the trailer, like, you can pick a new game and stuff, and the loading screens are all themed. It's just insane. And as I said, it's fully voice acted, and it sounds really good. Like, the accents do sound authentic, obviously. I think the one thing that I'll note is from the trailer, and it's hard to determine because I didn't have a headset on, but I feel like they need to bump up the volume of the voices, because they did sound a little bit muffled and it was hard to hear over the other sounds, but that's probably something that can be fixed with settings anyways. But yeah, I didn't have my headset on, so I couldn't really determine the full extent of that, but it still sounded really good. And then after an attack on the facility, you break yourself out, and it's very, as I said, very reminiscent of Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 style openings kind of mixed together. It's awesome. The Pip-Boy is kind of like a Pip deck style, if you remember the Pip deck. Looks sick. I love that they went with something a little bit different. It feels like an old kind of console, like you blow on the cartridge and you put it, just the way that they've done the animations, especially as you put it into one of the terminals and you open the door. It looks sick. It looks absolutely really great, really nicely thought out. They didn't just chuck the Fallout 4 Pip-Boy, which they could have very easily done. There's a lot of finer, subtle details that, you know, with other mods maybe they would have just used the existing assets, but they've really thought through everything. They wanted this mod to feel unique, to feel different from the main game, and to actually feel like it's in a different setting, which of course it is, being in London. As I said, they might need to work on the balance of the voices, but honestly, yeah, it's not a big issue at all. There's a lot of Bioshock vibes, and you know me, anyone that knows me, I'm a huge Bioshock fan, and not so much the kind of opening area, but once you got upstairs, it was like Bioshock, Andrew Ryan confronting you, you're in Rapture. It very much felt like that, and I am all for it, man. It was very cool vibes, very sick, and because it feels still Fallout, but different enough that it intrigues me and it compels me. And the fact that it relied on a game, like, clearly it relied on Bioshock to get inspiration, and that is not a bad thing. That is an amazing thing. I love that they've done that. But also I don't know whether he's the antagonist, the kind of Andrew Ryan style figure, but a very reminiscent of Mr. House too from New Vegas. So I really like that. And when they actually, you went up the elevator and you got outside of the vault, it's kind of situated in a train station. They use this really cool way of quickly showing off the initial world and the initial map of London. So you got onto a train, says Mind the Gap, and then it runs you through the train, and you can see at a glance a lot of the different buildings and a lot of the different what seems like it's the initial area. So I love how they done that. It's a very cool opening. They could have again very easily gone with you get out of the vault, big open area like with Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 style openings, and I was expecting that. And then it was different. You're in a train station, and then you got on the train, and then that's how they did it. Very cool. Like, as I said, they're thinking of these subtle details. They are thinking of how to differentiate themselves from the actual main Fallout 4 game. So that was all we got. As I said, it was definitely more of a teaser than anything. I was hoping to see a little bit more actual gameplay, but of course we'll probably get that as the time goes on. So I think this is a very exciting time to be a Fallout fan when we're still getting incredible mods like this for Fallout 4, and when games like Starfield are being delayed, and we're probably not going to get Fallout 5 for many years, 10 years plus, whatever it might be. This is the kind of content that we need, like genuinely. This is the stuff that gets me excited as a Fallout fan. Like, you look at this and yeah, you can tell that it's fan made. You can tell that it's a mod, but it's really fucking impressive. Like, it is absolutely insane. And I was getting genuinely excited looking at this trailer, and I want to see more. I want to continue to see what this team actually does and the full mod when it's actually out. I'm not too sure what their release date is. I tried to go to their website to get more information, and it crashed. I think that many people were trying to flood the page after the actual trailer. But honestly, TLDR, it was very impressive. I'm very keen to see more. This team has put a lot of effort into this, a lot of thought into this, and they deserve the kudos. Honestly, once they have their donations page, I will open. I will donate gladly. If it's not open already, I need to double check that. But if you're able to do it as well, please do so. Like, they absolutely deserve it on this one. So anyways, that was my thought on the Fallout London official gameplay reveal trailer. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And until next time, this has been Lone. Please take care of yourselves, and would you kindly keep fighting the good fight.